Good morning, crypto fam. It's Saturday morning, March 10th. I really hope everyone had a great week and a great weekend. It's nice to be coming at you again with some more information on my journey through the choppy waters of the crypto space. Took a little break since my last video. Took quite a bit of heat for it. Turns out that maybe it was a good video to put out because hopefully it saved some people from signing up, and it later turned out there were some issues with HitStake. I want to come at you today and talk to you about a few other platforms. I want to talk to you about Thorncoin, and we're going to come back to Noom Rewards in a minute. I do want to start off by saying that I have been heavily involved in a lot of the exchange, lending, staking platform space. Nobody's really ever asked me what all I was involved with or how heavily, but I did get quite heavily involved with several platforms. A little bit of my background, I got involved with Devore, and I made about $4,000 on that. I sold the first day at around $6. I did not have many Devore because I could not afford to buy too many. I actually got involved with BitReserve coin and am still involved with it. I got involved with TokenPay, which was not quite the same concept, but then they came back and said if you're in certain countries you can't participate, which knocked me out. But I did get refunded my money. I also got involved with IdeaCoin, and I have no idea where it is. I tried to get involved with Bitfinet. It was just too hard to get the coins, and I gave up. And I also got involved with BitAI. I own almost 7,000 BitAI, and I do have high hopes for that platform. I'm optimistic about it and awaiting its launch. I feel like it has a chance to be real and possibly sustainable, which would be wonderful. I got involved with Stenium and sold and made a small amount of money. It was pretty much a wash. I got involved with the Legend coin, and nothing happened there. Gold Reward. I actually got involved with Gold Reward. I had my tokens actually on their site, and so it was a while before I could sell. When I finally was able to sell, I then tried to transfer the money off of their site to my Exodus wallet, at which time the money never showed up, and they said that the transaction was completed, and so I never got that money and had a total loss on Gold Reward. Numiv. I own over 4,000 Numiv, and I'm going to get back around to that. Goldgate, own over 2,000 of Goldgate. Yoku coin, own over 1,000. Crypto Exchanger, own over 1,000. Actually participated in the airdrops and got that. That's a coin long term that has a chance to be successful. Libra coin, I own almost 4,000 Libra coin, and we'll see what happens there. Monex, I'm fortunate enough to own almost 2,000 Monex. Yeah, that's not going so well. Did not go so well. I never got involved with Bankcoin. I never got involved with Knox Coin. I never got involved with Ribbon Coin. I never got involved with HitStake. I did not get involved with Ficoin, Finecoin, Falcon Coin. I did get involved with Chrysos. I own almost 2,000 Chrysos. I'm not sure what's going to happen there, guys, with Chrysos. Obviously, we're all rooting for something positive to happen, maybe a reset again, that could maybe make the platform sustainable. That would be wonderful. You know, right now I have thousands of dollars of profit on the dashboard, which does not do me any good. And then the last two that I went the heaviest in was LoopX. I had over 10,000 LoopX coins, and that hurt. I really did believe in the LoopX platform and the hype, and I never for a second thought that it would not launch. Looking back, when they came out with that new incentive that they were going to give people to invest, I thought that was great. The weird thing was when they didn't go through the tokens. That should have been a tip-off, because they did have extra tokens left over that I thought they were going to sell off and give people, new people, a bonus for getting in, because they did have some residual tokens from purchases that never went through. But still a head scratcher with the LoopX, why they exited when they did. But nevertheless, I don't think many people lost more money on LoopX than I did. I'm sure they're out there, but the majority did not. I actually went the heaviest in LoopX that I've ever gone into any platform. The last ICO that I went the second heaviest in, that I'm talking about now, is Thorncoin. I had over 7,000 Thorncoin, and was a big believer in it. And I think Thorncoin had a real chance to do great things. When I think about Thorncoin, I think about a chair that has 4 legs. And the 4 legs that I felt like that were going to support this chair after it had launched were important. Now, it launched, it had to come off the market, they had to fix a few bugs. I do think that hurt Thorncoin. I think that there's no room for error in this space. None. I think that was a misstep by Thorncoin. I do think it hurt some of their big mo or momentum. And momentum in these platforms is so important, especially at the first of the launch. And so that really hurt when they had to come off the market and come back. Now, they came back. They had fixed the issues. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that was a negative. The other thing that they had going for them in one of these legs was long-term staking. Okay, so long-term staking came out. Initially, they gave you a rate of $8 per Thorncoin in order to do the long-term staking as a promotion. You could only stake up to 1,000, and you could not do it beyond that. They now have their long-term staking up and running. It seems to be consistently paying around 1%, maybe a little bit less, but it seems like it's putting out a good return, and people are actually getting paid. They, of course, have it broken down. The less money, you don't get a kicker, and the longer you have to tie up your money for, all the way down to more money, bigger kicker, fewer days of locked up time. So I think the long-term staking component has always been functioning, and Thorncoin has always had one solid leg on the ground of the chair. The second thing that I want to talk about is the short-term staking. When short-term staking first came out, you were able to get 12% return per month and only had to lock up your coins for 7 days. Now, after the relaunch, short-term staking was not working. I put out a video over a week ago saying that, in my opinion, they had less than 72 hours to come out with some news about short-term staking or address it, or it was really going to hurt the platform. Well, it turns out they did come out with some news, and they launched the short-term staking. And in my opinion, the market did not like it. Once the short-term staking came out, the price dropped further. Not only do they cut the interest rate in half from 12% to 6%, they quadrupled the amount of time that you had to have your coins tied up for. Now, they said this is for the longevity of the platform. I have no problem with a platform having longevity, and of course that's what we all want. It would be nice for once to put your money in long-term staking and get a capital release. I personally have yet to see that in any platform other than BitConnect. So I feel like the short-term staking could have been handled better. I have no problem if they eventually needed to go to this short-term staking model, but they should have, at least for the first 30 days upon the relaunch of short-term staking, given some hype to the program. They should have come out, kept the rate at 12%, had a promotional length where it was 10 to 14 days, and maybe they just paid you out in Bitcoin. Something that would get people excited. Maybe even do something where they agreed to pay 1% a day for 10 days, or 2% a day for 10 days, and pay you out in Bitcoin. The money was there. They raised enough money in the ICO to do something like that for short term, to get some excitement and buzz going, to where new people wanted to come in to the short-term staking arena, buy some Thorn coin, and help drive up the volume of the exchange. So I feel like once they relaunched the short-term staking, that leg of the chair was no longer stable and good, and I think the market responded. That left us two legs that were unaccounted for. We had one good one, one bad one. And the other one, when I came out with my video over a week ago, the buy wall was set at approximately around $1. And it was for about 64,000 Thorn coin. When I put up my video, it was at about 40,000. Some of that buy wall had been eaten, but we were steadily holding at approximately around $1 per Thorn coin. And I told everybody in that last video on Thorn coin that watch that buy wall, that buy wall was an important psychological barrier to make sure that we did not go below the ICO offering price of Thorn coin. And that's, psychology is such a big thing. We were holding there. We even were up to about $1.50 at one time. But I saw the issue that we were having. And what would happen is the price would go down, it would touch $1, we would use up some of that buy wall, we would not pass through it, and the price would go back up because it was giving the market some confidence. I saw the buy wall being eaten down. I was not happy where we were with the short-term staking, and I made a decision to sell my Thorn coin. And I sold my Thorn coin for over $1 a piece. I then wound up buying back in some after we breached the buy wall of around $1, and being able to buy some Thorn coin at a cheaper price than I sold it. I guess it was kind of like day trading, more like hedging my bets. But I started off with over 7,000 Thorn coin. I'm currently down to 884 Thorn coin. I'm not too eager to lock my coins up for such a long period of time that I'll probably never get the capital release. And so I am waiting to see what will happen. However, I do plan on keeping these Thorn coin right here and not selling out. So we have the long-term staking, short-term staking, and we had the buy wall. The buy wall is gone. Thorn coin never really put another buy wall up. It cost them about $60,000. And of course, this is my assumption that this was Thorn coin putting that buy wall there. $60,000 worth of a buy wall, which is insignificant in the big scheme of things. And I feel like maybe with the relaunch of short-term staking and everything else, that they should have defended that ICO price more aggressively. And so I feel like that another buy wall should have been put up or added to it before it ever breached the $1 mark. and that would have helped stabilize his platform to a greater extent. So I actually put that on Thorn Coin with the buy wall. So long-term staking is intact, but now short-term staking and the buy wall are gone. So 2 of our 4 legs of our chair are unstable. And that leaves us with our 4th leg of the chair, which is faith, belief, confidence, whatever word you would like to use. And if we just go back here for the past 24 hours, we can see we're pretty much range bound within a certain amount. Of course, you have the occasional dip down, and you do have the occasional buy. But if you go down here and take out those couple of spikes, there's not a lot of volume here, guys. There's not a lot of movement. There's not a lot of Thorn Coin changing hands. So when you have a low volume market, it does not take much to spike the market one way or the other and to make big fluctuations or changes in the price. So when you have lower volume, you have higher volatility. The bigger the volume, the more the market can absorb, and it's more stable. Now, one of the things that we always talk about in any platform is that we want demand to outpace supply, because supply and demand typically sets the price. The more people that want to buy something and the fewer people that want to sell something, the higher the price goes. Well, let's just look at the bids versus the ask. 2,821 to 50, 50 to 85, 384 to 184, 282 to 106, 670 to 259, 1,000 to 114, 264 to 274, 256 to 84, 5 to 978, and 74 to 2141. So we actually have more people wanting to buy Thorn Coin than we have people wanting to sell. And that's good. That's real good. The problem is that people are not showing enough faith in the platform or enough belief in the platform to raise their bid. They are willing to buy the token, but they're not willing to raise the price. So that tells me that the faith or belief in this platform is shaky. But it is a positive that more people want to buy than sell. So that leg, in my opinion, is kind of a wash. But until people become more confident in this market, I don't think that this price is going to go up. I definitely don't think Falcon Coin helped anything. I definitely don't think that Hit Stake helped anything. The more negativity that comes out in the space, it's going to hurt confidence. And so I think that the lack of confidence is what's keeping the price from going up. So best case scenario, we call that a wash, and the chair only has 2 out of 4 legs, in my opinion, which are very, one that's stable and one that's questionable, and 2 that are not. And if you try sitting in that chair, it's going to collapse on you. Now, could things turn around for Thorn Coin? They might. They might. But I think what I did reflects the confidence level of the general population. I had over 7,000. I'm now down to less than 1,000. I'm hedging my bets. Now, if Thorn Coin becomes the next Devore, I'm still going to make a nice profit. Do I want Thorn Coin to become Devore 2.0, but even better? Of course. Do I think Thorn Coin had the potential to? Of course. I put my money where my mouth was. And I think that we're going to have to wait and see, but I do have my hesitations about Thorn Coin, my concerns. I'm not saying they're going to exit scam overnight, but I do think that long term, I'm not sold yet. Okay. And the next thing that I just want to move off of and touch on rewards is that they are still paying. they are still paying, which is hard to believe, but they are. And it's like a faucet. It's slow money's better than no money, which is what I've been saying about NUM rewards. You're not going to get rich, but it is nice to get something. And that parlays me into some kind of hope for NUMIF coin. They're concentrating very heavily and very hard on this right now. And that makes me think that when they do devote their attention to NUMIF coin, that there is hope that something can happen there. If they can get people getting paid out with the rewards program and people excited about the rewards program and keep people interested in NUM, then the coin does have a chance to make a comeback. And of course, that's a video for a later date, but I do want to mention that, let everybody know I am still getting paid in my NUM rewards. I think right now that they're probably around 25,000, if I had to guess, somewhere around there where they're paying out. I did an old video before showing how to calculate that out, but they're probably at around number 25,000 right now in their program. And so that's going to do it for this episode of Crypto Fam. If you like it, give me the thumbs up. If you hate it, give me the thumbs down. Definitely, I got plenty of thumbs down last video. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe if you think it's worthwhile. And always leave a comment, whether it's good or bad. Unless it's really just totally offensive, I'm not going to take it down. I'm going to leave it up, even if it's a hater. All right, this is Crypto Fam.